glamorous looking machine has a large cover like roads high in the air. A woman with thick chestnut hair and auburn eyes made her way in her place of the machine. As she stood up, she quickly straightened her clothes. Finally, reached out to close the hatch behind her. After several minutes of waiting, two more of the ominous machines opened their hatches. First, a young woman with deep and an incentive stepped out. Somehow she seemed excited. Secondly, another woman, one with curly blonde hair and green eyes, defied her complexion, stepped out as well. In contrast to the prior woman, this one seemed less than happy. The original lady took her place and stood in front of the other two.
Hello, ladies. I'm Erica Matthews. I'll be your acting captain.
Welcome to the Blossom. I do hope you had a good rest. The two who stood in front of her looked. Both of them took a glance around the room. Thanks, but I think there's a bit of a mix-up. I wasn't told anything about the play. To be honest, I don't even remember how I got here.
Yes.
Yes, how did I get here? Exactly. I wasn't told anything about this. Regardless, please bring me home as soon as possible. I have things to do. Erica stared at them for a moment before she gave her head shakes. No, there was no mistake. You two are now the crew of the spaceship Blossom. ID 10564, the mechanic, and ID 10356, the doctor. Correct? Well, my ID is 10564, and I am a mechanic by trade. Impossible. I never consented to this.
Yes.
Correct. Consent was neither given nor requested for this mission. If I may be so inclined, I would like to get to know you both better. What are your names, privates? The quiet woman gritted her teeth with visible content, while the young raven-haired girl still seemed to be in shock. I see. So that's how it is. I guess it's fine with me then.
Nice to meet you. I hope we all get along.
My name is Kotoha. Nice to meet you. What? How can you so easily accept this woman's explanation? I don't even know who she is. Do you even realize the gravity of the situation? The energetic young woman named Kotoha turned to her supposed comrade. Sure, I do. No point in dwelling on it. Though right now, I have all the time in the world to catch up on my anime and video game backlog. How can that be a bad thing?
What the hell?
Yet you seemed so reluctant only moments ago.
Nuh-uh.
Nah, I was just confused. Hey, come on. Tell us your name too. Not a chance. Captain, please bring me home as quickly as possible. I apologize, that isn't possible. As Kotoha said, why don't you introduce yourself for now? Being prickly certainly won't be beneficial to any of us. You have got to be kidding. The captain's right. At best, you'll just make us cranky, too. It's harmless to share your name, isn't it? Oh, or is this like an anime and you'll drop dead if you tell us? I don't even know what that anime thing is. No, there's simply no point in telling you if I'm going. With a glint of pity in her eyes, Erica placed a stern gaze on the dress woman.
No.
Ma'am, that won't be possible. Please, I ask that you cooperate with us for the time being.
My name is Sarah.
I pray that this ends quickly. I have a wedding to plan, you know. For a split second, Erica's eyes shifted to the cold steel floor. Oh, nice to meet you. Send me an invite, okay? Sarah twisted her head around in surprise. I don't even know. Congratulations, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, I suppose.
I appreciate it.
Now, why don't we all get out of here? Dim lighting may give us all headaches if we linger too long. Come, give you a tour of the ship. This is the second hallway. You won't come down here much. To the right is the engine room.
Huh?
Hey, didn't we skip a hall?
Yes.
Don't worry, we'll go back to This is the main hallway. Those doors at the end will bring you to the command center. The next to it is the lounge, and the one closest is the kitchen and dining area. You'll spend a lot of your time here. Most likely, this is the third hallway. All the bedrooms are located, as well as the laundry room at the end of the hall, and the infirmary is located in that door on the right wall. Why don't you two take a minute to claim your bedroom? Erica walked over to a nearby terminal on the wall and typed something on a key. Moments later, the terminals in front of each unoccupied bedroom lit up. Here. All you have to do now is enter a password on the terminal in front of the room you'd like to claim. Just don't forget it, okay? Hey, sounds fun. Kotoha ran off towards the furthest door. Sarah remained glued to the spot with a disapproving look on her.
Yes.
You too, and giving you both a head start, I'll pick last. Despite her apparent frustration, Sarah nonetheless walked towards the door closest to the infirmary. Lastly, Erica headed towards the bedroom of her own, with a smile on her face. Erica stood in front of the large computer. With the press of a button, an audio symbol appeared on display. Screen of the gadget. Can you two hear me? I am going to assume so. Can you please come to the command center in 5 or so minutes? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good, you're here. Thank you for coming.
What's up?
What did you need, Cap? Sarah gave Kotoha a quick and disdainful glare, before she returned her attention to her supposed superior. I'd just like to give you both a quick overview of the command center's control situations. In the case of an emergency or even a routine check, I'll likely need your guys' help. She first pointed towards the right side of the room. I believe Kotoha, you'll be the best fit for this station. Quite technical and requires a bit of upper body strength for the manual control. As a mechanic, I'm sure you have at least some experience with computers, am I correct? You bet, you're sweet booty. I love computers. There's so many awesome MMOs to play, no?
What?
You're an odd child. Whatever your generation grew up on, I'm not sure that I like it.
Sarah!
Child? Hey, be 20 in no time. Odd. I presumed you to be more like 16. I was wondering why they kidnapped a minor. I'm sensitive about my young lookness. The captain tried her hardest to hold back her laughter. Thankfully, she was successful, though her jaw grew sore. I'll assume that this arrangement is fine. Now on the left. Next, she raised her other arm and pointed to the left side of the room. Sarah, you'll be stationed here. It should be relatively easy for you to operate without further instructions.
Yes.
Fine. Go along with this for now. But you know, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do there. Alright. You'll monitor the vitals of the ship. Any errors in the system or damage to the ship will cause a warning to pop up on the screen. You can also open and close the safety partitions from there. While I'm at it, I may as well clarify for you too, Kotoha. You can manually steer the ship, adjust the power and speed outputs, things like that. Sounds easy peasy to me. Good. Let me guess. In your case, Captain, you'll just sit your ass on that fancy chair up there and not do a single thing, huh? That's incorrect. On the contrary, my role is to utilize the main system. I set the points of navigation and control the exterior tools, like the weapons and the evacuation tool. Wait, evacuation tools? Why do we need those? This is a state-of-the-art spaceship. It's equipped for a variety of situations, especially those we wouldn't normally account for.
What?
If you say. Aw, come on, Sarah. Don't be a spoil sport. We can dig for fossils on different planets. Maybe we'll even find signs of life. I bet your fiance would love you even more if you brought him home an alien fossil. That's ridiculous. He's an adult.
What the heck?
Don't tell me he's as boring as you are. I am not boring you. Okay, ladies, enough. Let's try to get along, alright? We are in this for the long haul. You're free to spend your time however you like the rest of the night. Don't you go cool your heads off in your rooms. Like I was scolded. That's because you were.
Yep.
At least it wasn't just me. The young woman quickly shrugged her shoulders before sprinting out the door and giving Erica a wave goodbye. I hope we can all get along someday soon. Yeah. Sarah followed Kotoha's lead and left the room. This isn't what I signed up for. What were they thinking? Those two sure tired me out. I'm going to sleep early. Alone in her room, Erica picked up an advanced-looking PDA and gazed at its screen. They're asking for a status report. Alright. Her fingers vigorously tapped at the device's key. Moments after she stopped, being lit up. As always, I can depend on them to give me the best course of action. Oh no, I should stop overthinking it. She set the device down and proceeded to get dressed. Erica reached out to close fist and tapped the door in front of her. Kotoha's room was located inside. Nearly instantaneously, the electronic door opened.
What's going on?
Oh, hi, Captain. What you need?
Hey,
Hello, Kotoha. I apologize for the abruptness. However, I was wondering if you mind spending the day together. We still don't know each other very well, and I'd like to remedy that. With her cheeks slightly reddened, Kotoha passively flung an arm downward. Of course! I'll love that. Give me a minute, okay? After Erica nodded at her, he disappeared back inside her room. Let's go! Man, I'm so hungry. You had good timing. Indeed. Why don't you take a seat for now? I'll whip us up something. I'm a good cook, I promise.
It's all on you.
You won't hear me complaining. I bet you are. You look super mature, definitely the type who can cook a bangin' home meal.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you. I was totally right. That was so delicious, Captain. I'm glad to hear it. You know, it's just the three of us on here. There's no need to be so formal. Kotoha shrugged. I guess not. But to be honest, I just sort of like calling you that. It suits you. Oh, discerned that after less than 24 hours together. Definitely. Everything about you screams authority figure. The way you dress, talk, and even walk. Surprised at her colleague's work, Erica blushed and bashfully averted her eyes. Oh, I hadn't realized. They never do. What's next? Let's head to the lounge. We can watch something together. Nice, let's watch an anime then. Anime? Those Japanese cartoons? Well, alright.
I'm lost.
I must say, I wasn't expecting that. I've never seen such an vocal show. Underwear shots on underage girls? Sexual harassment in the form of grouping? This should be a PR nightmare. Nah, lighten up. It's totally fine. Lots of people like this stuff. Is that so? Definitely. Well, maybe ecchi isn't the right genre for you. Let's try mecha.
What?
Why don't we take a break from the shows for we can just talk.
What's wrong?
King. Kotoha pouted and automatically pushed her two index fingers together. You don't have to, if you prefer not to. In contrast to her earlier performance, Kotoha jerked herself back into a more joyous-looking position. Oh, I'm sorry, force of habit. No, that sounds fun too. Alright. Erica made sure she properly faced her companion before she spoke again. You like anime? I see that now. What else? Video games for sure. Oh yes, I've heard of those. They've been popular for centuries, a thriving industry or so I hear.
It's all on you.
That's right. Don't you play any, Captain? No, unfortunately, I've not the time for many hobbies. Or didn't, rather. You still had time, right? Why don't I teach you how to play?
I'm lost.
I suppose I'll be fine, but I don't think I'll be very good at it. That's fine. There are games for people of all skill levels. We can start with an RPG. An RPG? I think I've heard of those before. Something to do with guns, right? No. Just let me show you. I think you'll really enjoy this. Kotoha grabbed her superior's hand and led her out the door. May I ask where you got all this gaming equipment?
Nice one.
I don't know. Just sort of found it in the luggage container yesterday. Took it cause figured no one else would use it. Funny story, when I plugged it in, it had my old save. Someone must have packed it up for me. I see. I guess they aren't completely heartless. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just mumbling. Oh, okay. With a flick of a finger, Kotoha turned one of the consoles on. He picked up two controllers and handed one to Erica. Hey, no need to be so tense. It's easy once you get the hang of it. Here, I'll play through the first chapter. You can watch until you're comfortable with trying it yourself.
Indeed.
Alright. Dang, you really got into that, didn't you? Never seen anyone master controller so vigorously. I was almost turned. Oh my god. What? It was a joke, Oh. Yes, that game was very fun. I'd like to play it again sometime. Sure, no problem. You can come play anytime. Well, as long as I'm awake anyway.
Thank you.
Then I'll best be on my way. Good night, Kotoha. Wait, here, take this with you. He handed her captain a small pile of DVDs. These are some of my favorite animes. There are bound to be at least one you'll like, I promise. Thanks again. I'm sure you're right. Mission accomplished flawlessly. Now the real issue is the other one. Will we be able to get along? I'm not so sure. She turned her gaze at a pile of DVDs she'd been given earlier. A smile curled into her lips, and a certain warmth filled her chest. I see, yes. What I did went beyond that was required. In that case, I think I really did want to spend time with her. I'm a little apprehensive about this, but they're my honors. Not only that, as a captain of the ship, I must take responsibility for my crew. Erica heaved a heavy sigh. Let's get this over with then. She quickly pulled on her clothes before she took a final sign and stepped out the door. The captain firmly knocked on Sarah's door and suddenly waited for a response. So, it's you. What do you need? Are you taking me home yet?
What's the situation?
No, rather I was hoping we can spend the day together to get to know each other.
Indeed.
Oh, you're still up to that? You might have worked on a little girl, but I won't fall for your tricks, so. Ah, so you did know that Kotoha and I spent yesterday together. Good, that saves you time. That said, I'm not sure what you mean. There's no trick. It is simply important for a captain to familiarize herself with her ship's crew. Wouldn't you agree? Pretty it up however you like. It makes no difference to me. So you say, however, I beg that you reconsider. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from cooperating with me. The blonde woman sighed and crankily waved a hand around in the air.
Yes.
Fine. Have it your way. In the end, it makes no difference.
My thanks.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm sure you'll like to freshen up a bit before we go. I will wait here. Take your time. Sure. Let's go. Why don't you take a seat and relax? I can't. No, it's alright. I prefer to cook for myself. I'll join you in the kitchen. Okay. As I thought, this won't be easy. You're quite the cook. Of course. I have to be. My fiance can't cook. We'll be doomed if both of us were helpless. For a quick moment, Erica cringed. So that's how it is. Very sensible of you. I would have thought it was a natural talent. Your movements all seemed very purposeful. No, practice makes perfect. And it's simply easy to follow instructions. Yes, that makes sense. So what now? I'd rather not just stand here awkwardly for any longer. Why don't we go to the lounge for a bit then?
Indeed.
Alright.
What are you up to?
What sorts of shows do you like? Or perhaps you'd rather watch a movie? Before Sarah could answer, Kotoha bounded into the room.
Hey,
Oh, hey guys. What you doing? Gonna watch something? That's right. Alright, then I'll leave you alone. I was just gonna hook up another console in here. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you.
No, it's nothing to apologize for. Thank you for being so considerate. Have fun. He nodded, then pranced back out the door.
What?
How can you stay so positive in the situation? I'm pretty okay with it, too, actually. Yes, it's part of the job, Kotoha. I don't know, I believe that's just how she is. It would be wonderful if there were more people like her. Oh, you mean to replace the people like me? I didn't say that. Yeah. You don't seem to know us beforehand. I bet you weren't told anything about us before we were forced onto this ship. I feel like she was like after? That's right. But you know, our opinions of each other shouldn't matter in the least. In the end, we simply need to cooperate with each other to finish the task we're assigned. Well, well. And here I thought you'd go and lie to my face. Good for you. It's exceeded my expectation. Since you brought it up, why don't you tell me what exactly our task is? I misspoke. I simply meant the stations we were each assigned to as crew members. Yeah. Yes, you are a liar. Just like I thought. Oh well, I won't deduct any points. At least you tried to be honest in your own way.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
I'm not a liar. Stuttering doesn't help your case, sweetie. I'm heading back to my room. This is a complete waste of time. If you want to mess with someone's head, go play around with that kid. I bet she'd love that even. Yeah, I'm quite sure if you asked her to.
What were you thinking?
Stop. That's enough. Say what you like about me, but don't involve Kotoha in this. You're taking this much too far. Without another word, Sarah walked out the door. Erica collapsed onto the chair behind her and rubbed her forehead. What am I even doing? Even though I was the best choice by their calculations, I'm not sure that I'm properly suited for this sort of thing. This won't get easier, will it? This is frustrating. I should go try to smooth things over with Sarah, but my legs won't obey. I'll try again later. Maybe a nap will help clear my mind. I still can't bring myself to see her. Is this disgust? Hatred? I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Erica looked at the screen of the phone, like device that was in her hands. No new orders for today. I suppose I can rest easy.
What's the situation?
Good morning, Kotoha.
What's going on?
Captain, how you doing? I'm fine, and you? Good, just real hungry. Ah, I see. Well, since I'm here, why don't I take care of the cooking? Kotoha's eyes engorged the side of golf ball. Would you really? Yes, of course. That was delicious. Thank you so much. Not a problem. For a good moment, Kotoha placed a hand on her chin.
Huh?
Hey, did something happen between you and Sarah? Captain quickly turned her gaze to the floor. Oh, why do you ask? Well, I've seen both of you this morning and you both look totally grumpy. Like, I thought Sarah would bite my head off scary. I should have done it yesterday. We had a bit of a fight yesterday, that's all. I guess it put us both in a bad mood. Well, I'm sure you two will resolve it eventually. You may be grumpy as hell, but you're so awesome and mature. To her own surprise, Erica found out she blushed at the compliment. I sure hope so. Oh man, why are they distracted by each other? I can pull off this flawless prank. Kotoha shuffled around the lounge and pushed a chair in front of the air vent, then stood upon it while holding a large bag of flowers. Heave ho! She used all her strength to force the contents of the bag into the air vent. Afterward, she climbed back down and put the chair back in its original spot. I could wait until later to get them. Nah, I just can't resist it. The young mechanic dashed towards the vent control panel attached to the wall and eyed it for a minute. After finding what she searched for, she quickly pressed the high-pressure air circulation button. Rattle, 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 an odd sound echoed through the air vent. Ah, crap, that wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't check the settings beforehand. To moisturize. Less than 10 seconds later, a gooey wet blobs of flour rained down upon the entire ship. Kotoha slowly crept into the laundry room. Her children, the captain and the doctor, were already there, both with disappointed expressions. Hey guys, what brings you here?
This is all your fault.
You bit. Erica stretched out an arm and warned.
What the hell?
Kotoha, I saw the security video. You know what you did. Oops. It was just supposed to be a prank, you know. It was just supposed to be all mushy. Just wanted to cover you guys in dry flour, you know? Like in those old prank videos.
What the hell?
Yeah, like that any better. My entire wardrobe is ruined. I have to wash everything. That's right, I as well. That flour mixture went straight into the crevices of my closet. I mean, it got my stuff too. Isn't that proof enough that it was an accident?
Yuck.
While true, that doesn't undo your indiscretion. Look, we're all standing here in our underwear. How humiliating. But it's like we're bonding. You know what they say, you aren't really friends until you hang out in your panties.
Ew.
No, they don't say that. No one says that. My bad. Come on guys, don't give me those looks. No, we won't do anything. Not yet anyway. Please don't kill me. Huh. Killing you would be... A skinny little neck like yours, I could slice it open with a scalpel. Ain't that a little extreme? We can talk this out, girlies. The only thing we'll be doing is torturing you. You must be punished for this injustice against us. As she sensed her immediate doom, Kotoha ran around in a circle while she randomly flailed her arms about. Erica and Sarah burst into laughter as they watched the clueless young woman full of herself. Don't cannibalize me! The worst nightmare! The two women simply laughed more intensely. Kotoha, stop. That's enough. We weren't serious. Kotoha abruptly skidded to a halt, then robotically turned her head at her superior. Oh, you were kidding. Of course you were. It was totally obvious. I was just playing along. Yeah. Oh, come on. You were scared out of your mind. Maybe? Well, at least they didn't seem to be arguing anymore. At least something good came of this, I suppose. Yeah, that's much better. Quite cold when you wander around in your underwear. Right? A by-the-book broad like you wouldn't have known much about the comfort of spending time lazing around in your underwear, would you? People do it by choice. Oh crap. It's okay, I still look up to you.
What are you up to?
I don't get it, why would you want to do that? Why? You think it's improper? No, like I said, it was cold. It was quite unpleasant. Pretty sure simple-minded for an authority figure. Come now, let's not get into another argument. Yeah, let's eat cake instead. Sorry, there's neither any cake nor the ingredient for it on this. Oh.
You're the best.
Cake or not, that was still delicious. By the way, how many days worth of food is on here? To put it simply, that's irrelevant. The ship is actually self-sustainable. I suppose you wouldn't have noticed since you haven't eaten too much, but there are a couple of rooms in the back for growing plants and meat. Near the bottom of the ship, there's also a room that collects and filters water. It automatically distributes everything as needed. That's why the toilets and showers in our rooms work perfectly well at all hours. Oh, I see.
What the hell?
Aren't you the mechanic? Didn't you have checked those things out already? What if there's a malfunction somewhere and you don't know how to get to it? As if she were a turtle retreating into her shell, Kotoha seemed to shrink. That's a good question. I guess I never really got around to it. It's alright, Kotoha. We all make mistakes. Thankfully, nothing bad has happened yet. You still have time to correct your error at no cost. Kotoha's face lit up with utter joy.
Thanks.
Thank you, Captain. You always have my back. I promise I won't let you down.
Oh?
The two of you are just pathetic. Stop with your little party and get some comments. One mistake and we're all done for. One wrong turn down a hallway in an emergency and the engine can die. If that happens, well, so will we. Erica wiped the sweat off her brow. She knew what Sarah had said. Why then had she felt compelled to comfort Kotoha? Well, true, there's no need to be so harsh about it. No one has been harmed yet. Besides, it was just a mistake. Yeah. Well then, why don't we talk about something else?
Nice one.
That sounds good. Agreed. We've been aboard the ship for minimum 4 days, but likely more while we were asleep. How long exactly is this trip going? With each word, the captain had grown tenser, but for her juniors took immediate notice.
This is all my fault.
We won't be stopping until our mission is complete.
What's going on?
Oh, so what is that mission anyway? With no definite end in sight. Our mission is classified. I am unable to disclose anything until we arrive at the designated area. Small droplets of sweat fell down Erica's face. She knew the issue at hand demanded gentle but precise care. And where's the designated area? You will both be informed once we arrive there. Further details aren't required at this point in time. Before Sarah could ask another question, Kotoha interjected.
That's right.
Sarah, there's no need to ask so many confusing questions. When the captain is ready to tell us, she will. I, for one, trust her without a doubt. She has our best interests at heart. Unlikely, Kotoha. You're still too inexperienced. This one wants nothing more than to manipulate us to do her bidding. Look at her. She's nervous. Sweating even. What am I supposed to do in this sort of situation? I have a feeling that this would happen eventually. If only I could postpone it a little longer. What are you talking about? She clearly just isn't feeling well. Isn't that right, Captain? Erica, surprised, the mechanic gave her a quick wink before she offered up her arm for support. Without a second thought, the captain stood with Kotoha's help.
Indeed.
That's right. I'm sorry for worrying you both. I seem to be a bit feverish. Thank you for your concern, Kotoha. I think it's best if I head back to my room now. I apologize for cutting this short.
Oh?
Oh, maybe I should give you a checkup then. That won't be necessary. However, if I am still ill tomorrow, I will let you know. First thing in the morning, is that acceptable? Do what you want, but I know what you're. Don't think of.
Yep.
Sarah, you should know better than to antagonize sick people. Whatever. I'm surprised you even know such a large word. Hey, no need to go there. That was close. If it weren't for Kotoha, I would have been screwed. I owed her one. On the other hand, I need to appease Sarah somehow. Keeps this up. No, I won't let that happen. For my own sake as well. She plopped herself on top of her bed. That fluffy bed was one of the few comforts. At night it allowed her worries and anxieties to melt away. In the morning comforted her and promised to be there again afterward. In a way, that inanimate object was her ally, but now she knew for sure that it wasn't her only ally. Kotoha was also there for her, even despite their short time together. The thought put a smile on her face as she drifted into a deep sleep. Awoken by intense beeping of the emergency alert system, Erica swiftly pushed herself out of the bed and flung on her clothes. Without another thought, she dashed towards the door. Damn, what the hell's going on? As she pulled out her PDA, she banged at Kotoha's bedroom door. An instant later, the mechanic flew out of her room with a look of intense panic on her.
What exactly happened?
What's going on? Erica's eyes drifted to the screen to the device in her hands. Several sections of the ship, the parts that is, are beginning to overheat. The temperature is steadily rising. Alerts are coming from Section 1 and 3. Can you take care of the pod room? Afterward, head to the command center. I'm going to get Sarah and then we'll meet you there. Got it. Kotoha dashed down the hall as quickly as she could. Her feet barely kept her to the ground when she turned to the corner and slid around the wall like an ice skate. Alright. Captain pounded on the doctor's door. She held her breath but hoped Sarah would be cooperative. An irritated, familiar face was revealed when the mechanical door said,
Huh?
What? You really didn't hear the alarm? No, I took off the in-room notifications. What's going on? We need to hurry to the command center. Certain sections of the ship are overheating for some reason, and we need to fix the problems before the situation becomes worse. Sarah's irritation turned to anger. Damn it all. I didn't ask to be involved in this. Come on, you can complain later. For now, time is of essence. Regardless of their inner feelings, the two women sped towards the control center together. Kotoha, are you here already?
What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. I already cleaned up the pod room. Cleaned up? Erica and Sarah walked in the direction of Kotoha's voice. Before them, they found a large surface area caked on flour mixture covering the main computing unit. Small puffs of steam rose up from beneath the batter.
Yuck.
Is that what I think it is? Disgusting. Well,
No.
leave it. There's steam coming off of that thing, Kotoha. Get away from the machine right now. If you get too close to it, you'll get burned. No, it's fine. It'll be alright. Mechanic casually ignored Sarah's warning and began scraping off the batter with her own hands. Ah, you fool. Fingers will be irreparably damaged. You fool. Your fingers will be irreparably damaged if you heat that up. Okay, don't worry, I'm used to the heat. The doctor tried to run to Kotoha, but was immediately stopped by the captain. Stay put. If this happened, we need you to be in top shape.
This is all your fault.
Don't be crazy. If I go over there, I can stop her right now. No, you can't. You will just fight back. Look at her. Determined to do this. Even so, I can't just stand back and watch this. Insane. You have no further say in the matter, Doctor. Please stand back. The thing Kotoha needs right now is more stress. Hey, can one of you go grab me some fans? We can help regulate the temperature externally for now. I already set one up in the pod room. It should be fine soon. I understand.
Oh?
How did you do that without the slightest hint of damage? There isn't even a burn. Who knows? I've just always been like this. Handy, right? Irrelevant. It isn't normal. How is it possible to have such heat-resistant flesh? Sarah continued to examine Kotoha's hands as if she expected to uncover the mystery solely using her eye. You, Erica, why weren't you more concerned about her? It is my duty as captain to oversee that each crew member fulfills her role. Nothing more, nothing less. Circumstances do not matter. Bullshit. Come on, Sarah. Everything turned out okay. Besides, it was my mess to begin with. I should have known it'd end up on the machines.
Huh?
You're still blindly defending your beloved captain. If that's your decision, there's nothing more I can say. She turned to Erica. Regardless, I know you're up to something more sinister than you're letting on. There you involve us. Mess with your own people who had the opportunity to say no.
Sarah.
I apologize. I do not have the authorization to change the crew roster. Besides, we're too close to our destination to turn back now. Not even trying to defend yourself anymore. I see how it is. Sarah suddenly stomped out the door, presumably toward her room. Forget her. You just mean for the sake of it. I know you're doing something. Thank you, Kotoha. I won't forget your kindness towards me despite my uncaring attitude towards you earlier. Aw, don't be like that. I know you were worried about me. You looked tense the entire time. It isn't your fault that you have to follow a certain set of rules, so I must admit that I wish you could tell us what they were already. I'm unable to. It's alright, I know you can't tell me. But hey, let's forget about that for now. My fingers are a bit cramped now. Sarah, wanna help me loosen them? You like a finger massage? I can't say experience in that department. No way. Let's pick up the game from where we left off, please. Kotoha hurried ahead of the captain, who slowly trailed behind her ally. 3 crew members of the Blossom sat in silence while they ate lunch. Although each of them wanted to say something, none of them brought themselves to it. Better the time was spent avoiding eye contact. Erica's mind was tempestuous. She had hoped that relaxation would help to calm it down, but it was... I'm just wasting time. Surely there's something more important I could be doing right now. Perhaps I should let her look at the map. There weren't any other abnormal heat readings. It's better to be safe than sorry. Oh, or maybe I'll unplug those fans. No need for excess power consumption. The thoughts were interrupted by the sound of the door whizzing open. In stepped Sarah, a smile on her face. Oh, you were making a face that didn't look totally calculated for once. What a shocker.
What's the situation?
Sarah, do you need something? Each step she took forward looked intimidating. There was no doubt in Erica's mind that Sarah would not let her get away unscathed. You could say that, but really, I just want to chew you out. At least you're honest.
Indeed.
Right, unlike you. Are you still going on about that? And not like the... I don't want to hear your petty excuses. It's a waste of my time. Anyway, after thinking on it, I came to a conclusion. That entire time, you knew Kotoha would be fine. How? Why?
This wasn't supposed to happen.
You're just making assumptions. If I had known something like that, I would have explained it to you at the time. Yeah. Well, know that every time you lie to us, you're betraying our trust. That includes your precious follower, Kotoha.
I'm disgusted.
You know, you aren't any different from whoever it was at first. And me on. Erica bobbed her head up in surprise. You're deceiving us. I haven't seen my fiancé in days now. I don't even know how long it has been. And you helped orchestrate that, directly or otherwise. Should be a I wonder who that girl left behind. She's still young. Maybe it was her parents, sibling. I hope you're satisfied. The captain was unable to speak. He silently waited for Sarah to leave the room. Finally alone again, she rubbed the corner of her eyes with the tips of her fingers. I knew that this mission entailed when I accepted. All I can do now is atone for my crimes. Even if they don't forgive me, that's okay. Whether it was me or someone else, the outcome would have been the same. All I've done is made sure that no one else had to bear this burden. For that, I will gladly suffer. She laid herself on top of her bed, and let out an exasperated sigh. Moments passed and her eyelids shifted. When Erica stepped into the dining area and spotted Sarah, the tension in the room skyrocketed. Kotoha gave each of them a confused glance in her mind. She figured that the two had yet another argument.
What's up?
Hey, come eat with us. She gave a quick wave. Erica indulged her supporter.
How could you?
I won't cook for either of you. Better off sitting I didn't say you would. Sarah, please. There's no need to lash out at Kotoha. Fine. Do whatever you want. Leave me out of it, though. Sarah proceeded to walk behind the counter and head into the kitchen. Don't mind her. You didn't say anything wrong.
You're the real MVP.
Thanks, Captain. You're always supporting me. Of course, it's my job. Oh, is that all it is? Huh? Oh, it's just mumbling. Sorry. Anyway, did you and Sarah get in another fight or something? Things sure felt tense. You're correct, unfortunately. Seems that the two of us are always butting heads. Her head in the clouds, Erica's head drooped.
It can't be.
Am I a failure?
I don't get it.
No way. You always do an awesome job of keeping the situation under control. Curiously unaware that she's spoken out loud, the captain rolls her head in surprise.
My thanks.
Well, thank you. I needed that. No problemo. So, your guys' fight, what was it about anyway? I'm super curious. My head's gonna pop off. Yesterday I was relaxing in the lounge when Sarah came in and walked up to me. She accused me of having some ulterior motive and just wouldn't let up about it. It put me in a sour mood, to say the least. She doesn't seem to believe anything I tell her. I see. Thanks for telling me. Indeed. Anyway, would you like me to cook breakfast for you again? Kotoha energetically bobbed her head up and down. Give me, Captain. I feel like I have to do this for both of your sakes.
Heya.
What you up to, Sarah? Are you coming down with something? Have an ache somewhere? No?
Oh?
Then why are you here? Look perfectly fine to me. Or is it a cramp? To be honest, I heard that you and the captain fought yesterday. What about it? Yep, I was kind of hoping you'd tell me what happened. Maybe you aren't as clueless as you look.
That's right.
I didn't come here to get insulted, you know. Sarah dismissively waved her hand at Kotoha, who simply sighed in response. Don't you think it's suspicious that Erica wouldn't let me stop you? No, not really. She just didn't want you to get hurt, I think.
Correct.
But she let you, little bootlicker, irreparably damage your body? That's clearly isn't what happened. I'm totally fine. Look. Kotoha dramatically bent and moved her fingers around. I know. How did she know you'd be okay, though? Think about it.
Huh?
No idea. Exactly. At best, she knew you'd be fine somehow. At worst, she don't care about you at all. What? No way. The captain definitely cares about me. She's kind. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, what does that have to do with your fight?
Yes.
I confronted her about the way she acted. She claimed she wasn't hiding anything. She was clearly lying. Ah, I see where you're coming from now. Alright, thank you, Sarah. Before Sarah could reply, Kotoha dashed out of the room. Ah, so you're here.
I'm lost.
What's wrong, Kotoha? What you and Sarah fought about. There was some truth to it, wasn't there? If you're straight with her, I'm sure the two of you can stop arguing. Maybe then she'll even stop antagonizing you. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. For a long moment, Kotoha thought about it. Afterwards, she came to a realization. When she instantly wished she'd come to earlier. Of course not. Contrast to her usual behavior, the mechanic looked on a completely serious demeanor, looked directly into her captain's eyes. If there was something important like that, you'd tell us if you could, wouldn't you? With a look of equal seriousness, Erica stared back. That's right. If there was something important that I thought the two of you needed to know, I'll tell you if I could. That's what I thought. It must have just gotten confused and misunderstood something Sarah said. Sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go set her straight. Wait, Kotoha. What is it, Captain? I'm sorry. Huh? For what? I'm not sure, but I do mean it. Difficult to explain.
You the real MVP.
Thank you. Kotoha skidded to a halt, inches away from Seth, barely avoiding collision.
What the hell?
What are you doing, you fool? I'm gonna play, and I'm not your babysitter.
What's wrong?
You have to listen to me, okay? Sarah shrugged her shoulders, defeated. Well, I'm surprised you hadn't already figured it out, but I think about it. How did we get on here? What's the last thing you remember? I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out this whole time.
That's right.
Whoever did it couldn't possibly be her. She's one woman. It would have been too much work for her to orchestrate this by herself. Besides, it's easy to tell that she isn't a bad person. It's impossible that this was her doing.
Huh?
We don't know that for sure. Just keep listening. You said it yourself multiple times. It seems like she's withholding things from us. Without a doubt. Just now I asked about her lie. He denied it, but then I had an idea. What if she couldn't tell us the truth, even if she wanted to? Using my amazing talents, I suddenly asked her if there was a reason she can't disclose the full truth. Using her equally amazing talent, told me that there is. How do you know you didn't just imagine that? What if you misinterpreted it? Or she did? Just trust me this once, okay? It makes sense when you think about it like that. Sarah sighed and lowered her head. When she lifted it back up, her eyes widened. No, you're right. Now that I think about it, I'm sure she's been trying to tell us this whole time. As much as she gets on my nerves, it did always feel there were double meanings to her words, and she always insisted that she wasn't a liar, even when she was faced with really damning evidence. If she, no, we are being it. I'm going to murder. I need to think for a while. She walked towards the door. Just before exiting, she turned back around. Good job. Did she realize it too? Wasn't sure I could get through to her. Damn, one slip up. No, it's okay. She picked up the PDA she always had by her side. Either they didn't think anything of it, or those psychers weren't listening in at the right time. Thank God. She wiped the sweat away from her face. I don't know if we'll be so lucky next time. Erica stepped into the dining area today. She was the first one to arrive. She stepped into the back section and began to feel so tired today. Want to be that again. Well, I'll finish this up and leave enough behind for the two of them there. Afterward, I can probably avoid seeing them for a while if I do maintenance on the command center. Alright, that's what I'll do for now. She sighed as she set the table. Fresh eggs, bacon, and toast. Surely the ladies wouldn't complain about this part. Better hurry and get out of here. The sound of footsteps echoed from outside the room. The main door stood open and in stepped Sarah. Erica felt her heart drop in response.
Glad to see you.
Sarah, what can I do for you?
Nice to see you.
Will you hear me out? Of course. I thought about it all last night, and I was in the wrong for treating you so poorly this past week. It was uncalled for. You were merely doing your job, and I was just making it more difficult.
Thanks again.
I see. Thank you for your consideration. I hope we can start over. I understand that she's trying to make her mistakes right. I still feel so angry at her. Time heals all wounds. I'm sure we can come to an understanding eventually. Yes, of course. Sarah slunk back out the door, a look of slight dejection on her face.
What's going on?
Hey, Gadden, what's going on? What you doing? Seems like my plan was a poor one. I couldn't even avoid one of them. Well, I probably shouldn't have anyway.
Hey.
Hello, Kotoha. I'm checking all the systems to make sure everything's running okay. Brings you here. Just checking on you. I saw Sarah walking down the hall with a weird look on her face, so I assume she'd been talking to you. Oh yes, she was here several minutes ago. What'd she say? She apologized for her behavior in these past few days. Did you accept it? In a way. So no. Well, you shouldn't feel bad about it. She brought it on herself. I wouldn't have accepted her apology either.
That's correct.
I suppose most wouldn't. Thanks for reminding me of that. To be honest, I was starting to feel a bit guilty. I'm sure I will be able to forgive her soon, just not today apparently. No problem. Hey, you want some help with that? How much you got left? I'd greatly appreciate that. This side's all done. We can split the other half evenly. Alright, leave it to me. Phew, I didn't realize it was so labor intensive. Indeed, it does take a bit of muscle. Are you feeling sore anywhere? A little, nothing I can't handle though. If it gets too bad, you should go see Sarah.
I feel fine.
I will, I promise. Alright. I'm heading to my room for a bit. I'll see you later. Okay. The instruction took longer than I expected. Better check my messages again. When I checked last night, they still hadn't responded to my latest report. Erica pulled out her PDA and turned to the screen. On checking her inbox, she realized that her report it was unable to send due to a network error. That's right. I was so caught up in trying to get us through this that I forgot. She tossed the device onto her bed. Yes, the connection was supposed to be cut off today. We should be able to speak freely now. But is that really for the best? I'm worried about how they'll react. Regardless, I must remember that above all, their safety is my top concern, even if I must delay telling you. Her shoulders slumped as her mind wandered. I'm especially worried about Sarah. Her mental condition is too unstable. Revealing the truth may set her off. Not sure we'll be able to get out of it harmed. In the meantime, I had to figure out the optimal way to relay the information. Well, maybe I'm just overreacting. Sarah can be reasoned with, and Kotoha has been cooperative the entire time. Worst case scenario, I'm sure we can overpower her until she calms down. Erica sighed and lightly tapped herself. I couldn't use some guidance right now. Embarrassing. A sudden knock on the door surprised me.
That's correct.
Come in.
Heya.
Hey, come. Are you going to take a nap? Oh no, I was just grabbing something I forgot. Okay, well Sarah made lunch. You should come eat with us. He set a plate aside for you. Oh, it smells super good. Oh, it smells super good. Ah, that sounds wonderful. I'll be right there. Thank you for letting me know. Of course. The door slid shut after Kotoha walked back into the hallway. Why is my heart beating so? I shouldn't feel guilty. I'm only doing what's best for everyone. I hope anyway. Anyway, I need to stop doubting myself. I must focus. She brushed her worries aside and headed towards the door. After taking a final case back at the PDA, she walked out the door and headed towards the cafeteria. They both seemed okay emotionally at lunch and supper. I suppose if anyone's emotionally disturbed right now, it'd be myself. Damn, why am I even thinking? Never mind, I'm running out of time. I don't want to stall this. I'll tell them one at a time. easiest way. Then the one I've already told can help me ease in the other, assuming she is willing to cooperate. I'll start with Kotoha. I've not a single doubt that she's trustworthy, and I'm sure she'll be glad to help me out. Yes, perfect. It'd be easy to talk to her by myself as well. Plus, she tends to come to me without prompting. Alright, I'll put my plan into action starting tomorrow. Erica dropped her body on top of her bed. The soft part of the mattress quickly lulled her into a pleasant slumber. What was I thinking yesterday? Thank God I slept on it first. I had to tell both of them at the same time. Can't risk Sarah reacting badly to class, and I need to come clean about everything. I don't want to feel guilty any longer. She threw on her clothes haphazardly and headed towards the door. Erica fiddled around with the central control panel shortly after the microphone activated.
Hello.
Good morning. I hope the two of you are awake. If you weren't, I apologize. I have an important announcement to make. Please meet me in the lounge as soon as you're dressed. Thank you. After turning off the machine, Erica sighed. That was stressful. Thought I was going to hurl. Then again, I suppose that's just a testament to the fact that I've left my comfort zone for the first time.
My thanks.
Thanks for coming so quickly.
No, thank you.
Not like we had much of a choice.
Ew!
Hey, weren't you cut down on the snark? Just being honest. It's alright, don't worry about it. So, what are we here for anyway? Is there another malfunction somewhere? Are we going to suffocate to death? Oh my god. Kotoha, please calm down. That is not the case. I have to be honest, originally I was planning to tell Kotoha this first, and then the two of you, us, would have told you later on, Sarah. But after thought about it a bit longer, I realized how unfair it would have been. At least you figured it out beforehand, thanks to your...
Yes.
Indeed. As I was saying, I have an announcement. As of yesterday, we lost connection with the ESC, the Earth Survival Committee. They are, of course, the organization behind this flight, and both of your kidnapped. Kota and Sarah both grew visibly tense. As you no doubt already know, Earth's resources are depleting quickly. In fact, the planet is expected to become uninhabitable within the next 2 centuries. The ESC was founded about 1,000 years ago in response to the upcoming catastrophe. It's for all intent and purpose a worldwide collaboration between countries, despite that it has been kept a secret. For these past 1,000 years, they've worked with scientists and various organizations to find a way for humanity to survive. It didn't take long before they gave up hope of us remaining on Earth. At that point, they began trying to genetically modify you, make them durable enough to survive harsher conditions.
Huh?
Whoa, what?
Huh?
Where are you going with it? However, they found that only women could properly adapt to the strain. The genetic alterations put on their emotional process. In the end, however, they accepted that as a success of its own. And they went on to spend many generations improving these women. The code name for these genetically altered women, by the way, is Blossom. Same as the name of the ship.
Indeed.
Correct, and every crew member of the ship is a Blossom.
Huh?
What? So we aren't humans in the conventional sense. Is that right? If you were to hold a survey, I suspect that would be the majority's opinion, yes. We're more like an offshoot of human, albeit an artificial one. Still, you mentioned the mission several times in the past. What is the ESC's plan for us? Right. The main mission of the ship, Blossom, is to determine whether or not humanity can find other habitable planets. They travel far enough into space. I was previously unable to disclose any of the information because, to be frank, they were simultaneously running several experiments on us, several of which strictly required the non-disclosure of any key information. If I had said anything, we all would have been killed instantly, and all missions and experiments would have been marked as failure.
Why is this happening?
Damn. So hard to believe.
Yes.
It goes without saying that we cannot turn back either. We will be killed if we so much as try. It is with a heavy heart that I must inform both of you that you are unable to meet with anyone you knew back on Earth. Sarah, I'm sorry. You will never see your fiancé. Sarah's eyes welled up with tears, though she tried to hide it. I'm going back to my room for a while. Take your time. The doctor left the room without hesitation. Wow, I can't believe it. You mentioned genetic modification. Is that the reason I'm so heat resistant? Yes, that's correct. Sarah didn't seem to be like me though. She was worried that I'd get hurt. Are there different types of blossom? There are, yes. Your type is called the desert bloom. They can absorb heat at a rate that far surpasses a normal human. They can even survive small fires. What about you and Sarah? And how many different types are there?
It can't be.
I don't mind telling you more later. For now, could you wait a little longer? I'm sorry, it's just hard to talk about like this. I feel tired somehow.
That's right.
Oh, of course. No problem, Captain. Thank you for telling us. You could have gone on without ever telling anything. Instead, you told us as soon as you could. I always knew I could trust you. Thank you, Kotoha. I'm glad you feel that way. Truly I am. I was worried that you both hate me. I don't think I could ever hate you. Hey, why don't we grab something to eat? I'm super hungry. Won't bug you to tell me anymore today, promise. Alright. That's good.
You a real MVP.
Yep, as usual, thank you. Welcome, it's no problem at all. Kotoha paused for a second before she rested her hand on her chin. Something on your mind? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about what you said earlier. Didn't mean to bring it up. Don't worry about it. Well, it's not cake, but I did prepare some dessert. Would you like some? Ooh, dessert after breakfast? You bet your ass I do. Wait, what is it if it's not a cake? It's a mixed fruit sorbet. Fancy! I'll take it. Is it just me? Was she having second thoughts when she realized it wasn't cake? Whatever. That certainly was exhausting. Still, I'm so glad they took it as well as they did. I'm sure Sarah will need some time to herself for a while, but this is still definitely best case scenario. Kotoha didn't seem affected at all. However, I am a bit curious about it. Well, if she know how she's feeling, she'll tell me herself. Erica dropped onto the It wouldn't hurt to take a nap. I don't mind skipping a meal if it cures my tiredness. An unexpected knock on Erica's door nearly caused her to jump.
Hello.
Come in.
What's going on?
Hey, Captain. Oh, were you about to go to sleep? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was, but there's no need to worry. You need something. By the way, I meant to mention it earlier, but you needn't call me Captain anymore. As soon as we lost contact with the ESC, our ranks were abolished. True. Well, if it bothers you, I'll try to stop. Erica's surprised. She thought over the words she wanted to speak. Her heart began pounding. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like if you called me by my name. Huh? Kotoha's face went bright red, which only embarrassed Erica more. You must think it's weird. What have I done? As much as I try, I just can't act like a normal woman. Okay. I didn't realize you cared about it that much. Sorry, Erica. On hearing her friend speak her name aloud for the first time, Erica's vision went right. Upon hearing her friend speak her name aloud for the first time, Erica's vision went for a split. Thank you. You need something, didn't you? Actually, Kotoha blushed and nervously fidgeted.
No way!
This is wanted to ask if you like to play more of the RPG, the one we started together last week. Oh, but I guess it's kinda late, and I forgot that most people sleep around this time.
Come
I
on!
do just sleep just about now. I can make an exception for you, and may help me. Woohoo! Alright. After she skipped around for a bit, Kotoha grabbed Erika's hand and led her out the door. These ogres hit way too hard. Do not fret, Sir Knight. I'll get easier after you level up a bit. Difficulty always spikes like this when you move to a new area. I see, how tricky. The boss is after the save point at the end of the next dungeon, so we have 2 areas to go before we have to worry about being underpowered. So, we should stop at the next town and buy new equipment.
It's all on you.
You should always do that anyway.
I'm lost.
Kotoha, I'm curious, are you really okay with all this happening? You never even had a choice. True, but I don't know. I don't care. I'm even a little happy about it. Guess I was never much of a people person or something. The teenager paused for a moment as she thought. I like being around you, though. I see. I'm glad to hear that at least.
Were you worried?
What about you? I haven't heard you complain about this thing even once. It's only been a week, but this trip hasn't been trouble-free.
I'm doing okay.
True. However, this past week has also been the most exciting time in my entire life. Besides, to be honest with you, I wasn't raised like a normal person. I left no one behind on Earth. There's simply no one for me to miss. I don't think I could ever bring myself to regret getting on this ship either way. Wait, you weren't raised like a normal child? What do you mean? I know I said I didn't want to talk anymore today, but I guess this is an exception. Most Blossom children are either orphans or were volunteered by their parents. I'm an exception. Rather, I was a test tube baby, raised with the sole purpose of fulfilling the whims of the ESC. In fact, I am even made up of the genetics of around 7 people rather than 2. Kotoha's eyes opened as widely as possible.
What exactly happened?
We have been 7 biological parents? No, none of them are my parents, really. They're more like genetic donors. In a DNA test, I don't believe I would match with any of them to any meaningful extent. Sorry, guess I shouldn't have said anything about it. Not something that particularly bothers me. No need to apologize. I didn't want to talk about this either, but it's only fair, I think. I do have parents. I mean, you probably already knew that. My mom left my dad and me when I was about 5. After that, I started helping out Dad in his garage, mostly because I couldn't be left alone at the age, but you know. I don't remember ever having any experiments done on me though. I don't know how I became a Blossom, come to think of it. Sorry, what I said earlier wasn't entirely correct. Daughters of Blossoms are also Blossoms themselves. Your record says your mother was one, so... Oh, I'm kinda glad to know they didn't offer me up for an experiment. I suppose you would be. Sorry, I guess you... I'm gonna shut up now. It's okay. My circumstances are special, and I won't be offended by anything you say about it, promise. Before either of them could say another word, the door slid open to reveal Sarah.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was set to auto-open. I intended to knock first.
What's up?
It's okay, come on in. What you need? Well, I heard you two playing a game. I don't suppose I could join. Ah, really? Yes. Is that a problem? Not at all. I'm just surprised that you're interested in playing video games. I'm not usually my thing, but my fiancé used to play them, so I am somewhat familiar with them.
Good job.
Ah, that makes sense. Anyway, of course you can join us. That's a silly question. Sarah took a seat between Kotoha and Erika. Why does it feel like Sarah's a third wheel here? I know I shouldn't think like this. Can't help it. She turned to look at Kotoha, who looked equally confused and annoyed. At least I'm not the only one. Oh well, the game will probably be more fun with a third player anyway.
Huh?
That was a lot harder than I expected. Who would have thought video games could be so challenging? You made it look so easy, too. It doesn't help that you only started after we already finished a few areas. The later in the game you are, the harder the enemies and challenges are. Yes, quite frankly, I believe you're doing better than I did at first. We started from the beginning, but I was so stressed out and exhausted by it. Yeah, she sucked at it first.
Kotoha?
Hey, that's harsh. I did try my best, you know.
Good job.
I can't stop teasing you though. You're so cute when you squirm around. Thanks, guys. I feel a bit better now. When Erica stepped out of her bedroom, she was surprised to immediately have found Sarah leaning against the wall.
What's the situation?
Sarah, what's wrong? Do you need help?
Ugh.
I don't know. My head feels hot and dizzy. My legs are shaky too. Ah. Erica rushed over to Sarah and pulled one of Sarah's arms over her shoulder. You must have overexerted yourself. You look like you're running a fever. For a small moment, she laid a hand against the doctor's forehead. Yeah, that's a fever. You shouldn't be up and about. I'll take you back to your bedroom. Don't worry. I'll take care of you for today. You can focus on resting. What? But I'm the doctor here.
No.
Forget about that for today, okay? If you make it any worse, who knows what'll happen. If there's an emergency, we can't have you passing out midway, though. In the end, Sarah decided not to resist, and Erica dragged her companion back towards her bedroom. Overall, you don't seem to be too bad. I didn't find any swelling anywhere. You don't seem to have any breathing problems either. I imagine that this would be the worst of it. I think you'll be fine by tomorrow. Well, not that I have your knowledge, but still.
Thank you.
Good to know. And thanks for everything, Erica. I appreciate it. No problem. I'll stay here with you for the rest of the day. It wouldn't be good if you tried to move around too much. I see. Thanks again.
Yes.
Of course. She's fast asleep. Already didn't even get to eat breakfast. Oh well. I'll just make sure that she eats a proper lunch and supper.
Hello.
Oh, Kotoha. Hello, grabbing lunch?
What's going on?
That's right. I'm just glad there were leftovers. I hate cooking, you know. Well, at least you're honest about it. Kotoha placed a finger against the tip of her chin and leaned in towards Erica. Her eyes filled with curiosity. By the way, where have you been all day? Haven't seen Sarah yet either. Good question. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I found her down in the hallway. I've been taking care of her since then. It isn't anything serious, just a bad reaction to stress. Most likely she should be fine by tomorrow. So that's what happened. Kotoha puddled. If you should have told me, I would have helped you out.
Kotoha.
Sorry, it's a one-person job. I didn't want to get you involved unnecessarily. In case it did turn out to be infectious.
Huh?
Is that all? Huh? Yes, it is. Why do you ask? I just don't want to be left out. The young woman shuffled her arms in front of herself and fidgeted uncomfortably. Kotoha, are you jealous? Yes, I am. I can't help it. Last night, it felt like Sarah was trying to get between us.
No.
I agree that it did feel that way. Kind of. But you know, she's also a passenger on this ship. It would be wrong of us to exclude her from everything. I guess you're right. I don't know what's gotten into me lately. Hey, why don't I help you take care of her? I don't want to be alone today, and I won't do anything creepy to her, I promise. Well, as long as you don't do anything creepy to her, then. Kotoha with blank eyes stared at Sarah as she slept.
Erica!
Why are we hanging out in here if she isn't even awake?
That's correct.
In case she wakes up and needs anything, of course. We can't have her moving around unnecessarily. We need to conserve her energy. Really? Kinda seems like a waste of time to me. I disagree. I could bring over my game system. We could play it while we wait. I don't think that's a good idea. The brightness of the screen and the sound could wake her up. You could play too. I'm not sure if that would be a good idea now. This is so boring.
I'm grateful.
It is sort of boring. I'll be a lot more bored if you weren't here with me. So thank you.
This is the best!
Well, when you put it that way, it's my pleasure. Hey, Erica? You want to leave? It's okay. Don't worry about it. I appreciate that you stayed as long as you did. Not that. Oh?
No way!
How would you feel if I told you I liked you? Happy,
Come
of
on.
course. I like you too, Kotoha. That isn't what I meant. I really like you. No, I'm just trying to tone it down for the sake of embarrassment.
I love you.
I'm in love with you, Erica. The former captain was filled with many confusing, tempestuous emotions. So many, in fact, that she could not discern them. At the report, Kotoha opened her mouth to speak once again. I'm sorry, you don't have to say anything about it. Right now, I'm sure it's too soon for you to feel anything like that towards me, so... I see, so that's how it is. No, you can't just act jealous like that. All three of us have to cohabitate together for the rest of our lives nonetheless. The young woman looked at Erica with large eyes, as if she had come to a conclusion. It's okay. Without another word, she skipped out the door. Does she know that I like her back? You really get that from just what I said. More perceptive than I thought. Sarah tossed and turned on her bed, where she opened her eyes and settled on facing Erica.
Huh?
Was Kotoha here earlier, or did I only imagine it?
Indeed.
Oh yeah, she was here. She left about an hour ago, though. Guess my perception of time is going. I must be getting old. Oh, guess the kid isn't ready to handle any sort of responsibility yet. We were both probably like that at her age. I think she's doing quite well considering. Well, whatever. Can't blame her for it. I really hope it was just the stress I got her. If not, I'll be in for it if I get sick. I hate colds. Although she already knew that Sarah would likely be fine, Erica knocked on her companion's door. While missing a beat, Sarah popped her head out of the room.
I was waiting for you.
I had a feeling you'd visit me this morning. Good morning, Erica. Thank you for yesterday.
Glad to see you.
Sarah, glad to see that you're doing better. Is your fever completely gone? Yes, it is. I'm sure I'll still have it right now, if it weren't for you, though. I promise you I'm perfectly fine. No need to worry today. Alright, making sure. Are you coming to the dining area? Ah, not straight away. I want to shower first. You go on ahead.
Farewell.
See you later then.
Goodbye.
See you. Thanks again. As the doors to the dining area slid open and the former captain stepped inside, Kotoha jumped in fright. In fear the mechanic's grip on the kettle she'd been holding failed, and she doused herself with the freshly heated water that had been inside. Yeah. Kotoha, are you okay? Did it hurt? Quickly. Take off your clothes. I'm fine. Actually, it doesn't hurt at all. I was just surprised. But if you still want me to take off clothes, don't mind. So silly. I nearly had a heart attack. It'll change though. Walking around in wet clothes would be uncomfortable at the very least. I guess so. I'll just try these.
It's all on you.
Phew, all better. Much to the young woman's pleasure upon her return, she found a spread of marvelous breakfast foods awaiting her. Wowee! Did you make all that in the time I was gone? It was only like 10 minutes.
I'm doing okay.
Indeed, I did. There isn't anything complex, just your basic. Come sit with me before it all gets cold. You ain't gonna tell me twice. Dang, that was so good. Are you sure you're okay? No burns anywhere? Not even minor ones? Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm glad you're worried about me though. Oh, speaking of, can I regularly ask you more about blossoms now?
That's correct.
Oh yes, go right ahead.
Uh-huh.
Right, so you explained what I am, but what about Sarah and yourself? And the other types? May as well just jump in. Sarah's a blue rose. Unlike the other types, they aren't built to be more durable. Instead, they're able to regulate the emotion of those around them via pheromones. For instance, if she's happy, that emotion will spread to us. Or if she's angry or depressed, it will also spread. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. That said, it does take time for the emotions to set in. So it isn't like we instantly get depressed or anything. It will just slowly set in within a period of 5 or so minutes. No wonder the two of you got into arguments so often before. Indeed, there was no getting around it. However, now that she's stabilized mentally, I don't believe that it will be a problem any longer. Well, that's good. Continuing their creation, actually, wasn't intentional, but they continued making blue roses after they realized how useful they could be in maintaining the status quo. In that sense, they can be an asset. They could, in theory, stop riots or rebellions simply by quelling the negative emotions of those afflicted. Of course, the opposite is also possible, however unlikely. Yeah, it'd be nice if she shot some happy into me when I'm feeling down. That would most definitely be useful.
It can't be.
Have you been feeling down? I wasn't.
No way.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm fine now. Please go on. Alright, as long as you're sure. Kotoha nodded her head. The next and final type is the water lily. They can retain water in their bodies much longer than a regular person. They're also much more efficient at processing. They can comfortably go around 2 weeks without any water. Comfortably? So they can survive longer than that? That's right, they can survive roughly 3 weeks without water. Yeah. Hey wait, didn't you say that there were more types of blossoms than there are on the ship? If that's the last... Correct, I am not a water lily. What are you then? A desert bloom too?
Oh.
No, nor am I a blue rose.
What exactly happened?
I don't get it. I'm something else altogether, but I am still considered a blossom. Huh? Sorry, I don't know if I want to say anything else. I don't want you to think I'm a monster. What are you talking about? Of course I won't think you're a monster. We'll trust her, I guess.
That's correct.
I suppose you're right. I'm just being insecure. I just plain feel silly now. It's nothing to get embarrassed over. We all have our moments of weakness, you know. That is indeed reassuring to hear. Thank you, Kotoha. You're darn welcome, so. Come on, tell me. I'm still nervous about it, but if you insist. I'm a chimera. Well, in more ways than one. It isn't an official blossom or anything either. The gist of it is that I have the attributes of every different blossom type. Kotoha's eyes grew wide. See? I am a monster, aren't I?
It's all on you.
What? Not at all, silly. That's really cool and useful too. Hey, even if Sarah and I died, you could live for ages on your own. Erica's face dropped at that thought.
No.
I don't want that. Not at all. Sorry, that came out wrong. It'd be lonely, wouldn't it? Exactly. Well, why don't we stop here for now? Probably for the best. I don't want to keep saying the wrong things and upsetting you. Mechanic frowned as she replied, the event The mechanic frowned as she replayed the event in her mind. 3 passengers of the Blossom sat in Kotoha's room. Every so often, each of them would yell out a battle cry towards the television. A raised fist oft times followed.
This is all my
That
fault!
damn ogre. Single hit and he brings my health down 700 points. How am I supposed to survive?
Yes.
Fear not, Erica. I'll revive you on the next turn. Hold tight.
What happened here?
I'll avenge you. Wait, I haven't stolen from this boss yet. He has 2 unique weapons up for grab. Can't pass this up. I'll avenge you next time. Thanks. I've been forsaken for 2 crummy pieces of equipment. Eek, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry.
This is all your fault!
Forget that. We need to take this bastard down. Whoa.
I don't get it.
I second that. Whoa. What's wrong? You swore. It just sounds wrong when it comes from you. Yeah, you're my sweet, gentle Erica. Why are you using such vicious words all of us? You guys are blowing it out of proportion. But seriously, can we kill this guy off already? I want to exact my revenge. Aww, you're so cute. What the hell, you guys? You're acting so close, almost like you're a couple. Ah, it reminds me of when I first started dating my fiance. Though she seemed happy enough, there was a small crack in Sarah's smile as she reminisced. Really? I never dated or dealt with romance before. You serious? I have so much to do. What? Don't tell me that you two are actually an item. I was just kidding around. Erica turned away from both her friends and tried to hide her face. It may be something like that, maybe in a way. Well now, that I think about it, I suppose you two would make her cute. As if she were trying to force her emotions back down, Sarah closed her eyes for reminds me, one time I tried dating a girl. Huh? You did? You talk about your fiancé so much, I didn't even realize you were interested in women too. So what happened?
No.
We broke up when she had to move away with her family. We were pretty young at that time, just teenagers. I see. Fascinating. I never had time to think of romantic relationships, much less wonder about sexuality. I wasn't aware there were people who were attracted to both genders. Sure there are. What about you, Kotoha? Do you like men too? Have you dated much?
Yep.
I did try dating men in high school, but it wasn't my thing. I mean, I had a few girls too, but it was never anything serious. No, you have more experience than I. I'm not sure that's anything particularly worth bragging about. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. Can you two finish off the battle by yourselves? You bet your ass.
Later then.
Good night then. Sleep well. You too. She was upset, wasn't she? Most likely. Rest assured that it wasn't. At least there's that. I learned a lot today, didn't I? If I'd been around normal people more often, perhaps I would have thought more about romance. Not that the lab ever would have allowed me to date, but still. Either way, I'm tired. No point in dwelling on it. The sound of a knock outside of Erica's door had awoken. The sound of a knock outside of Erica's door woken her up. She pulled the blanks of her body and stood up to greet her guest.
What's the situation?
Come in. In stepped Kotoha. When she saw the portion nude sight laid before her, her cheeks grew bright.
No way!
Ack, you're naked! Huh? Oh no, I'm just in my underwear. Perhaps hiding is deceiving. No, that's really what I meant. Is there something wrong with this? Could have gotten dressed first, but didn't want to make you wait. Well, no, not really. It's just shocking. But, like, what if I do lewd things to you because you're just like that? I can reach out and cup your boobs. Why are you going to? No. And I don't see the issue.
No way.
Got me there. Nonetheless, the former captain quickly pulled her outfit on despite her claim of no perverted intentions. Kotoha early watched the whole time. Her face much resembled that of a hungry pig. So what's going on? Actually, I was wondering if you'd like to go on a date with me. What do you say? Erika's heart began beating a million miles an hour inside her chest once she was able to compete. You want to go on a date with me? You want to go on a date? With who? Me? Who else is there? Sarah? I only like you. You don't want to, do you? It's... Of course I do. I'm just nervous. Really nervous. Okay, don't worry about it. I already have everything planned out. No need to be nervous. Somehow that makes me feel more nervous. I'll follow your lead then, I suppose. I'll come back to pick you up at noon. I'll come back to pick you up at noon. Make sure you don't eat lunch. Alright? See you later.
Hey.
Oh, hello, Sarah. Up early, I see.
How do you do?
Yeah, my back was a little sore from last night, and I couldn't stay in bed any longer. Sarah rapidly blinked twice when she processed the look on her conversational partner's face. Hey, what's with that look? It's disturbing me. Like a lovesick little puppy. Well, Kotoha and I are going on a date later, apparently. A date. On a spaceship. With only 3 people. I sincerely hope you don't expect me to be your bartender.
Indeed.
She said she already has it all planned out. I honestly don't think there's a bartender involved. It was a joke. You really are in a weird mood, aren't you? Either way, I hope the 2 of you enjoy yourselves. Oh, and lighten up. I'm getting stressed out just looking at it. Sorry. At 1300, Kotoha finally returned to pick up her date.
What's up?
Ready to go? I guess so. My legs feel weak just thinking about it, but I still have to do this. Follow me. The energetic young woman reached out and took her date by the hand. The room was filled with the aroma of freshly cooked meal, and the mood was set by dim lighting and quiet but audibly music. So, what do you think? Wow, you put a lot of effort into this, didn't you? The atmosphere in here is fantastic. The line even. The music is beautiful, and it's set to the perfect volume. And the lighting really finishes up. Oh,
This is the best.
wow, you sound like you could become one of those professional wine tasters. I feel so complimented. You should. As far as wine goes, though, I can't say that I'm a big fan. Wait, seriously? I always imagine you sitting down with your legs crossed with a fancy-looking glass of red wine. Huh? What were you imagining that for? Oh, I was It was nothing. If you say so. Anyway, why don't we start eating before it gets cold? Agreed.
My thanks.
That was delicious. Definitely on par with my cooking. Right? I mean, I still hate the process of cooking. Such a pain in the ass, but still. Probably not something I should admit. It's okay. I honestly enjoy cooking for you. Well, thank goodness for that. Anyway, you ready for the next stop? Oh, there's more? Alright. Just a lunch date would have been lame. Old people stuff. I take it that we're going to watch a movie?
Yep.
Yep. It's a date essential. But I couldn't decide on which movie to watch. And then I figured it would have been kinda dicky if I chose for you, so here are the options. Kotoha picked up several DVD cases from the table and presented them to Erika. Are you sure this one's supposed to be? I could be wrong, but the title and cover image make it look like... She flipped around one of the cases and pointed out to Koto.
It was an accident.
No, oops. She grabbed the case and flung it across the room. It hit the wall with a cracking sound. Yeah, that's what How about this one? Sounds good. Halfway through the movie, Sarah entered the lounge.
No.
Oops, sorry, too. I forgot about your date. No problem. Just looking at you two. After a short pause, her face dropped. It reminds me of him. I apologize. I'll be going now. Couldn't focus on the movie after Sarah dropped in. I feel guilty.
Yes.
Me too. I guess it was a wash in the end. I just wasted time. Not at all. Don't say it. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. Plus, it was a new experience for me. Actually, I didn't think I'd ever go on a date. Really? I'm so glad to hear that. Just wish the last part hadn't happened. I know how you feel. So I'm glad you asked me out. Thank you for everything, Kotoha. Of course. Hey, let's walk back. Yeah, I do feel bad for Sarah, yet I can't help but wish she hadn't ruined the date. No use crying over spilled milk, though. How didn't I realize Kotoha and I were off having fun together? We abandoned Sarah, and when she saw us together, she was reminded of her lover she'll never see again. How very cruel of us. We let her walk away and wallow in her grief rather than comforting her. I'm sure Sarah has been trying her hardest to conceal her sadness from us whenever she was reminded of him. I cannot believe I lost sight of myself. It's like I'm becoming an entirely different person. So ashamed. I need to go apologize to her right away. Stepped towards the door and hit the open button. Erica reached out and closed fists and gently but firmly tapped on the door in front of her. Right before she could knock, and Sarah opened the door. Oh, sorry. Erica quickly retracted her hand.
Hello.
Erica, do you need something? Feeling ill? No, that isn't why I'm here. Then what is it? She's being short with me. I guess she's in a bad mood again. We only have ourselves to blame, I suppose.
Hello.
I just wanted to apologize for Kotoha and my behavior. It was inconsiderate of us to do those kinds of things where you could just in. In fact, it was inappropriate regardless of the circumstances. It could have made anyone uncomfortable. Would you put it like that? You make it sound so creepy. Huh? The doctor looked at the confused woman. Never mind. Anyway, thank you for apologizing. Consideration really does mean it's all I have at the moment. That said, I don't think it's out of your the two of you should be able to have fun. The only one with a problem here is me. Feel bad because of me, okay? You're both young, enjoy your youth. But, end of story, got it? I don't want to rain on your parade. It was a gut reaction. I'm sure over time it will stop happening.
That's correct.
Well, alright. I do have a question for you. Erika's eyes filled with curiosity. Go on. Do you actually like Kotoha? As in have feelings for her? Oh, of course I do. I wouldn't run around with her like that if I did. As long as you're sure. It isn't nice to play with others' hearts, you know. I understand that much, even with my inexperience. After a short pause, Erica spoke again.
I'm alright.
But the most important thing, ensure that all three of us get along. We may very well spend the rest of our lives together. Civility is an absolute requirement. I know where you're going with that. No need to finish it. Actually, I would rather that you didn't. But in the end, I will respect your decision. After all, it is your life. I'm sure you've been playing the others' tunes. In the end, I will respect your decision. After all, it's your life. I'm sure you've been playing to others' tunes for long enough. You should do what will make yourself the happiest. Ah. You'll need to come to terms with that on your own, I suppose, so good luck with that. Well, rest assured that I'll stay out of your guys' hair. Still, I hope you won't just exclude me for everything. I don't want to be alone all the time. Either. It may be selfish of me to say, but please do me that much. Absolutely, you're important to me too after. The roll for Erica's stomach instantly ruined the mood. I think I'll head to the cafeteria now. Care to join me?
Goodbye.
Nah, I'm going back to sleep. Oh, have a good rest. Erica stayed intently at Kotoha.
No way!
What's wrong? Is there something on my face? Is it an alien? Am I gonna die? No, nothing like that. I was just thinking about something. Oh, like what? Is my face ugly? On the contrary, I think your face is adorable. The young woman blushed and dismissed the compliment with a quick wave of her hand. You're making me blush. So, what were you really thinking about? I'm so nervous, I feel like I'm going to hurt. I can't help but wonder about it though. Sarah really made me think.
Oh.
Do you seriously like me? Are you positive? Of course I do, silly. What made you think otherwise? I'm crazy about you. Nothing. I guess I felt self-conscious. Really? That's pretty unlike you. It's kind of embarrassing, but I thought you were cute from the moment I saw you. I honestly think your looks would charm anyone. And after I got to know you as a person, I was smitten. You're basically the ideal person. Loyal, caring, kind, graceful, and talented. How could I not fall in love? Especially in this kind of situation, you became my pillar. You're one of the only people who has ever supported me, if not the first. I don't think all of those things apply to me. Thank you for reassuring me though. I felt you were not saying it, but I still couldn't myself. Hey, don't feel bad for feeling a certain way. It's better to let it out than to let it fester. And I don't mind reassuring you ever about anything. I love you, so enjoy saying it. I'll tell you how I feel a million times over if you ask me to. I'm so glad that we met, Kotoha. I'll be lost without you. Kotoha demonstrated a small jump of happiness. I feel so happy I could die. Please don't die, I'll be sad. Eep. Her legs grew weak and she nearly collapsed onto the floor. Are you okay? I thought you were just joking.
I love you.
I was, but your words were too sweet. It sunk the life right out of me.
No.
I'm sorry, I'll stop. Oh, keep going. What if you faint? I'll be happy because you'll have to hold me in your arms. Erica's cheeks reddened at the unexpected image in her mind. I don't want to risk your safety. Oh, if you say so. They're both good people. There must be some way I can keep both of them happy. I have to try my best to find a solution. We have gotten through everything else so far anyhow. I wonder what they're doing right now. I bet Kotoha's playing video games again. On the other hand, Sarah's probably going to sleep too. Well, doesn't matter anyway. Why was I even curious? Better sleep it off. I'm getting too weird for my own good. Why am I still so tired? I don't like myself. Oh, maybe a hot cup of coffee will wake me up. When she entered the dining area, Erica was greeted by the two other residents of the ship.
What's the situation?
Good morning, you two. I must admit that it is quite refreshing to see that the two of you, or me for once. Really? I say it's more like you slept in. You're here later than usual. That's all. Kotoha and I have already eaten too. Is that so? Oh, I must have been a lot more tired than I thought. Perhaps I truly am coming down with something. I doubt it. If anything, you're probably just emotionally exhausted. I wasn't aware it could affect one physically. Thank you, Sarah. Many mental problems can affect a person physically.
Indeed.
Now that I think about it, you did get a fever whenever you presumed to be stressed. Exactly. It isn't simply limited to stress, though, as well as your mental condition can affect many different aspects of you. It's of the utmost importance to mind your mental health on par with your physical health. Everyone should strike a balance, you know? I see, they definitely did not teach me that back at the lab. I appreciate the lesson.
Is it alright if I join
You're
you?
welcome.
Bring it on.
Yeah, wow, that's good to know. I've always been really into taking care of my mental health. Are you serious? Like, you aren't just trying to say that locking yourself in your room playing video games all day is healthy. I mean, isn't it? No, it isn't. Mental rest days are important, but shutting yourself out from the world can be detrimental. Seriously.
What did I miss?
Maybe we should end the conversation here. I don't think you're gonna get anywhere worthwhile. When Erica was halfway down the hall, Kotoha flew out of the dining room doors and rushed to catch up. Wait. What's wrong, Kotoha?
No way!
I don't want to slaughter you, but would you spend the rest of the day with me? Is she feeling jealous again? Well, I suppose it's alright as long as we don't obsess again. I do really like being with Kotoha. Okay, but under one condition. Can't be affectionate anywhere Sarah could walk in. A look took its place on the mechanic's face. Nonetheless, she took it and calmed herself down. Fair enough. As long as I get to be with you, it's enough for me. Thank you for understanding. As Erica turned around to leave, Kotoha reached out to
Huh?
Kotoha?
It wasn't supposed to
Before you
happen
go,
like
there's
that.
something I'd like to say. Is that okay? Of course, there's no need to ask, I promise. I will always hear you out. Thank you. The younger woman turned her back to her date and nervously shrugged. Well, look, I understand that it's hard to keep everyone happy in this situation. I love you. I'm honestly in love with you, Erica. I can't stand to see you with Sarah, much less when it feels like she's trying to get between us. But that's not her fault. She shouldn't have to suffer because of my fault. So I was thinking, if it's something you're interested in, I won't get mad and I'm okay with it if that's what you choose to do.
I'm lost.
What do you mean? What are you getting at?
What's wrong?
If you want to be if you want to be Sarah's lover too, I'm okay with it. If it keeps all of us happy, then maybe it's for the best. Like polygamy. Right, polygamy. All I ask is that I get you just to myself every once in a while. Maybe one day on, one day off, or something like that. Does that make sense? I get what you're saying. I think what you gonna suggest. That's definitely gonna be an interesting first relationship. Well, then it sure would make for an interesting first step into a relationship. A horrified look finds its way onto Kota's face. It was clear that she was barely holding back her tears. I apologize, it was supposed to be a joke. Oh, I guess I shouldn't try to make them then. Humor simply isn't my thing.
No way.
Yeah, please don't do that ever again. I thought I was going to die. Sorry. Don't go making any decisions before you stepped on them, okay? Of course not. Such a serious decision shouldn't be taken lightly. I will think it over with the utmost care, I promise. Thank you. Former captain turned and began to leave, but stopped a step short.
My thanks.
Thank you for thinking of Sarah too. I realize that it must be painful for you to disregard your own feelings. Kotoha turned to face the wall, hiding her face from her former captain.
Yeah?
Honestly, I would do anything for you. I just did something like that. So don't worry about me, alright? I will do my best. And this whole thing has become a total mess. Poor sweet. I know she doesn't actually want me to be with Sarah too, but I simply do not know what to do. Even the ESC couldn't help me with something like this. Matters of the heart are definitely not something I ever thought I'll be. Matters of the heart are definitely not something I ever thought I'll. Should I go with what I most? Should I go with what I want most, or what should be the best for everyone? After a long sigh, Erica let herself fall into her eyes soon drifted shut. And with a heavy sigh, Erica lightly sopped both her cheeks and she sighed. She forced herself out of bed and quickly on her outfit. Even as for the best, I honestly do not believe I can bring myself to be with someone I don't love. It would be a farce. In the end, I'm sure it would only serve to hurt all of us. Yes, the only one I want to be with, can be with, is Kotoha. I need to tell her how I feel straight away. I surely cannot wait. It was stupid of me not to reject the idea on the spot. Did I get a head injury at some point without realizing it? I'm so ashamed. With her legs weakened from her nerves, the brunette stopped in front of her soon-to-be lover's door. Nervously reached out to tap on the steel. The empty sound of her flesh against the metal somehow reminded Erica of herself. A small smile crept upon her lips. When Kotoha stepped into the hallway with her, however, that tiny smile ceased to be empty and turned into a joyous grin.
What's up?
Hey, good morning, Erica. What's up?
What's the situation?
Good morning, Kotoha. Can we talk? You don't even need to ask. You can come in while I'm sleeping for all I care. Come on in. The young woman intently stared at Erica. So, what's going on? Need my help with something? It's about the topic we discussed yesterday. After thinking on it, The raven-haired woman pressed an index finger against the brunette's lip. Erica quickly recoiled in surprise and embarrassment, causing Kotoha to though Kotoha's face drooped as she began to speak. Look, it's okay. I can't blame you for wanting to see Sarah too. George is tall and older than me after all. And I bet she's a lot more talented with her... Oh no, please hear me out. There's clearly been a misunderstanding. I don't want Sarah, I only want to be you. Kotoha, I don't need or want anyone but you. Wait. Seriously? Is this another of your horrible jokes? Never. Besides, I already learned my lesson. I'll never tell a joke again, I promise. When I woke up this morning, I realized that it was stupid of me to even say that I would think it over when the choice was so obvious from the beginning. I have no excuse for not speaking up at the time. I'm sure so much as telling you that I'll sleep on it hurt you, and I can never make up for that. But still, I hope you'll find it in your heart to forgive me someday.
You're the greatest.
I'm so happy to hear that. But I think it would be best if you saw Sarah. I'm sure you're only saying that to comfort me. Sarah has a lot of things that I don't, so I'm sure you like her too. She and I are like polar opposites.
Indeed.
Kotoha, I'm serious. I do not feel anything towards Sarah. We're strictly friends, and that's all we'll ever be. I don't want to be with her. I want to be with you. Are you sure?
The one I love is you, not her.
So please don't tell me to be with someone else. Thank you. I was sure that you wouldn't pick me. I'm so happy that I was wrong. I figured, but that's just silly. You've been here for me since the start, even despite the fact that I couldn't tell you the truth for the longest time. You gave me the benefit of the doubt. If you weren't there, I'm sure I would have cracked under pressure. And you introduced me to a lot of new things. Things I never would have experienced if I hadn't met you. Besides, I think you're much more beautiful, Sarah.
No way!
You mean all of that? And I'm really prettier than Sarah? I would never lie to you, unless our lives were at stake. That was a good joke, actually.
Yes.
It wasn't a joke. Well, never mind. The younger woman pressed her lips against her lover. Erica's cheeks turned bright red, a mixture of embarrassment, surprise, and excitement. My first kiss.
I love you.
I love you so much, Erica. You're the only one for me.
Is that really how you feel?
I love you too, Koto. Even if it sounds stupid and barely makes sense, thank you for choosing me. There was never a choice to make. Stop it, you're gonna make me cry.
What's going on?
Oh, fancy meeting you here, Sarah.
My
Hello.
name is Sarah.
Still dumb. Still D. Wait, who's who? It'd be obvious from the names. Don't get it. Let it go. You'll argue for hours if you don't. Kotoha disappointedly nodded her head. Mind if we join you, Sarah? Go ahead. Just don't start making out in front of me, okay?
No way!
Who said we were gonna? Well, you two do look smitten. True, we are. Speaking of which, I'm sorry to spring this on you so suddenly, but Kotoha and I have decided to be together, officially. You make it sound way too serious. Yeah, I gotta agree with her.
I'll pass.
Come on, God. Anyway, we'll probably spend a lot of time together from now on. Still, we won't forget about you either, and if you're ever feeling neglected, make sure you tell us so we can remedy it. Do you think I'm a kid or something? I'm not about to bottle up my feelings for the sake of your relationship. Of course I'll tell you. Good. Sarah gave both the women a serious look. By the way, are we picking up that RPG game again tonight? I'm starting to miss my cleric. Sure thing. Yes, I'll make sure not to fall to any ogres tonight.